An invasive species is a species which is not native to New Zealand, which has basically become out of control. And some good examples would be, the ones that most people know about would be possums, or rabbits, or deer, or some of the mustelids like stoats and weasels and ferrets, wilding pines. So species which they're from outside New Zealand, they've been introduced here or they've arrived sometimes accidentally, and they've spread like wildfire basically.
They are the constraints that we face in farming, and they are the challenges that are there. There's challenges in every occupation, but especially in the MacKenzie, and that's probably one of the things I liked about it, is it's a challenging area, and it's those challenges that sort of drew me to come and work in here. Live-wise, we've got rabbits, which is our main one. The rabbits have always been an issue in the MacKenzie Basin. Wallabies, mustelids, ferrets and bits and pieces that are here in a small way. And then of course we've got the weeds that are in here, like the rosehip briar, the heratium, and there's a few other smaller weeds. Because of the low rainfall, it's very prone to weeds, woody weeds.
Number one pest for if I was a high country farmer would be rabbits. So they're a huge financial problem for farmers. They simply compete with the stock, for grazing and pasture. And some of the other species that you might also find in some of the more high country farms, like deer and possums and pigs, are vectors for diseases, tuberculosis for example, or they might contribute to destabilisation through over-browsing of vegetation, and so some potentially erosion in the very high country.
That historically, like rabbits and wallabies, were done by a rating system, and they were run and controlled by the regional councils, and they would move in and do those jobs and charge you if you had higher things. Now all that control work is handed back to the farmer, so there is no established board, so it's the farmer's responsibility to keep those under control. If they get out of control, they are monitored, and then they're forced to do it through legal terms. I think it's a national problem, it's not the individual farmer's problem, and there should be a lot more assistance to control those things.